of football.
You're not really from LA. But your real don't count.
Wait, before we
Well,
get
you
there,
know,
Aaron,
my
I've been
mom,
waiting for
we
you to come
moved.
for this.
What's
We
up?
had to move out of LA.
I'm assuming everybody watched the football games the other day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I only saw the one.
Yeah.
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs, right? Did anybody follow up on, I guess, ESPN the next day?
No,
because
All right, so anybody see what Skip Bayless said?
No, what did he say?
So Skip Bayless jumped off the edge on Dak Prescott because Dak Prescott came out and said he was going through some mental issues. You know, he's having some breakdowns. His brother had died.
Committed suicide.
Wow.
Committed
Really?
suicide. And Skip Bayless, the white dude, got on TV and dragged him through the mud and said he was a weak man.
Oh my
What?
God.
Right. You know, because they feel like because you are a slave and you're an athlete, nigga, you better get out there and run that football.
That's like
Skip-
Urlacher said about.
But
Skip.
Skip is all about. Skip is all about.
Skip.
Yeah.
Skip. Let me check.
So yeah, we should get
Skip.
Skip off the air. It is not okay to make fun of people who commit suicide.
No, it is
That's
not
100%.
okay.
And people who go through mental
But
issues.
but see, ESPN.
Absolutely.
Let's
Nick,
get Skip ass off the air.
ESPN kind of put up that narrative because they 100% support Shannon Sharp's opinions on everything.
He's the only black, but he's the only black voice they have. That's why.
It's a show with him. It's just it's a white guy and a black dude.
Is he on
So they
ESPN or
tell
Fox?
Shannon Sharp, you
Fox.
can say whatever
Fox.
you want.
They're on
That's the
Fox.
narrative. Shannon Sharp goes in, bro. Like and they allow him
But
to do that.
they do this.
So they try to give Skip. Well, you come with the other.
It's definitely a play.
But this is the thing with black. This thing with black.
I'm not saying it's right,
No,
but it's
you
the
can't
truth.
do that
with
I
that.
understand that argument with all of
Right.
the topics, but when it comes, because everybody raving they mental illness fag in 2020, and then especially when it comes to suicide and stuff like that, like that's just a topic you just don't put on your fucking cue card. Like
Right.
next, we're not discussing it, we're not talking
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
true.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's like if
And I feel
somebody was
what
mentally
needs
ill.
to start happening is these people need to start figuring out some dirt on these motherfuckers. So they
That's
can
my
go,
solution.
Skip, I heard your wife was slobbing on a knob on this.
Yeah.
Sarah Palin.
That would shut him up real quick, right?
That's what I would do, nigga. Nigga put me on tape. I'm putting your ass on tape,
I would
nigga.
fucking right.
Got me
Somebody
fucked
needs to
up.
catfish his daughter or something, and then just expose him. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's right.
And I'm not even a Dak Prescott fan, but that's offensive to me for him to even say that.
Brother committed suicide. That's tough to deal with.
Yeah.
Hey, we got
You
a
need some
phone
time
call.
for that one.
We got a phone call. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, Rollout. This is Chastity.
Hey, Chastity.
Chastity.
I like that little country.
Seymour.
Oh, Seymour.
I flipped. Hi, Aaron. I'm glad Aaron came.
Hello.
Get them Negroes together. Get them together, Aaron.
Oh, there you go,
yeah,
Seymour.
yeah. Aaron to get them together real quick.
I just wanted to clarify. I heard Nick bring up Skip Bayless. Now, he didn't necessarily just tear Dak down.
Okay.
He was saying that Dak shouldn't have shared that publicly
Why?
because he said that football is a grueling sport. People are unforgiving, and that people will use that to, if they sack them. How you feeling now? Like pick on them. And I disagreed with Skip. I understand. I think Dak's position was, I didn't know what my brother was going through. My brother watched my mother die from cancer, and it was affecting him. He didn't open up and share everything about it. So he was saying, I'm sharing that I've dealt with depression. I think he's trying to help others.
Yeah.
And then Skip offered
sure.
his opinion. And then as far as that show Undisputed, that's Skip's show. Because I was hoping that Shannon would check him. But Shannon can't check him because that's Skip's
His show,
But Fox
right.
Sports did say that they addressed Skip. But I do wonder if Skip is going to apologize. Because I think, listeners of the show, viewers, because Dak has gotten a lot of support, have been going in on Skip on, Twitter and stuff like that.
How long ago was the show?
Yesterday.
Oh, it was just. Oh,
Like
okay.
just yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just yesterday.
Okay.
And he said, he didn't say that he just felt like being so transparent and putting it out in the public with Dak being a quarterback in the face of a franchise. He didn't think that was good for Dak to share that information.
And remember, well, like Aaron said, it's someone's opinion, and we
Right.
all have an opinion. So it's his opinion. Sometimes it's going to be offensive. Some people are offended. Some people aren't. But we just got to keep on moving.
But I don't like the way that they hold. At the end of the day, football, basketball, any of these sports is a job. You know what I mean? You don't hold any
Exactly.
weight. You don't have a board seat. It's a fucking job. So I feel like, why do we always hold these athletes to these ridiculous standards?
High
Like
standards,
football is
right.
not the place. Because if this nigga was an accountant at Salesforce, he would have told his HR manager or somebody that I'm having issues because my brother committed suicide.
Right.
But why is it because they play football? Then now all of a sudden, when they play sports, that they're not a person anymore. That
Right.
now they're just a commodity. to
Exactly.
be
Just
how
like
much
Nick
they
said,
love.
they're
That's
it's modern day
there's
slavery,
no, yeah,
and
see, no,
boy, go out there and
yeah,
play that game because they did that to us
Hold
back
on.
in the days.
No, but see, I
Go ahead.
cannot stand
athletes being called slaves. I'm sorry. It's just.
No, I'm just saying the
No,
mentality.
I
I'm
get
saying
it,
it's a
I get it, I get it.
mentality.
It's a mentality, but a slave can't quit the plantation and go to the crib tomorrow. Like they're stuck there.
To the mansion.
To the mansion, right? So I'm saying, I
What
understand.
indentured servants, paid indentured servants. That might be,
It's-
you know,
it's-
'cause
yeah.
indentured servants, they have contracts. So
You're
when their
right, you're-
contract is
you're
up-
right. It's officially not that. You're
It's
right.
not even close to that because a dude last year quit at halftime and went home. At halftime, broke his contract, and I'm done. A slave, indentured servant, none of them could ever do that. So don't ever call them slaves because that just slaps them in the back a million times, calling them slaves compared to what the guys are doing now. In the story.
Well,
Second thing,
I think the word. Let me defend that
Go
real
ahead.
quick. I think maybe the word is the plantation mentality.
but it's not even
meaning-
close to that. It's not. You can't.
Well-
These dudes can own their own plantation.
No,
But they
But
don't.
but understand
Lots
this.
of them do.
But
Lots of them
I get
do.
that, but the reason I think is because it's not. They're not necessarily. I get the connotation when it comes to
Yes.
slave, but I think it's the parallels between like the slave trade and how the slaves were scouted and put on the auction block, and they had to do all this extra shucking and jiving to
But I
see
mean-
if they were
Call
the
right back,
best ones.
Seymour.
And it's directly parallel to the
Shucking
NFL
and
Combine.
jiving.
You know what I mean?
But-
you bring all
Thank-
these
thank
young
you, Aaron.
athletes out there, and you make them shuck and jive and dance. And
You don't
jump.
have to go to the combine.
You don't have.
How else do you
but it
get
increases
drafted?
Your chances of
These
going
guys are drafted who don't go to the
NFL.
combine.
Do you
Lots
know,
of them.
Do you know why they wear the cap
What cap?
when they get drafted? Anybody know where that comes from?
The word the hat.
That's a Greek tradition.
Right, because now you're with this team. Like
That's a Greek
you're
tradition
showing
now. You're making
solidarity to
your
the team.
alliance or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is my thing when it comes to sports. First of all, y'all should look at the origin of sports
Right.
and see why it was created.
Well, that's a whole other story. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
you can find that in the book of Maccabees if anybody need that lesson.
Maccabees, which I know about
understand?
that.
It was
So-
me, Maccabee.
Right.
Know about the Apocrypha.
You can find out why they pushing black people to play these sports, and you can get the real information. But besides that, it's the fact that they look at black men as gods, which they should anyways.
Right,
When they're
right.
athletes, and the problem with it is when they step out of line, they don't want their little white kids who idolize these men to represent that. That's why they're like that on our athletes. You understand? So I understand what the brother's saying, but to what Aaron is saying, they are slaves. They're $400 million slaves. Because if they did have a mind, right, of a free person, you would have our own basketball league. We would have our own NFL league.
Right.
Yeah.
But a slave, he can't see past the gun line. They don't even put a fence up no more. He's too damn scared to even walk past the line.
But you're assuming they're scared.
No, we can see the proof because we don't have an NBA. We don't
I'm
have.
saying, why?
This is why. Because if somebody, if
but we're
somebody,
saying you're saying the only thing that says they're not a slave is that they don't have a league.
no, I'm
of their
saying the
own.
only thing. This is proof though.
But I'm saying that's one thing, and that's also your
We-
opinion.
we
But
go-
I'm saying there's a lot of dudes who have all their own businesses, several businesses.
We're not talking about. We're not
We're
talking
not
about.
talking about businesses.
this
We're
is-
talking about
He just
sports.
said a line. He said
No,
they-
no, no.
their
We're
own
talking about-
league.
No.
He said their own league.
I'm
Like
talking
the
about.
NFL or NBA.
So I'm saying, why do I have to have a league if I have my own business
Because
that I've
we
made?
are the
that I-
talent. Why do
But I'm
we
saying-
make up 85%
Because why do you-
of the
why-
fucking billion-dollar industry, but
what
we
I'm
don't
saying
wanna
is,
pay
why do I have to
ourselves?
create
I'm
another
gonna tell you.
league?
I'm gonna tell you
Yeah,
what
we're
right
down
now.
at the top, we're down
So
at the
we're not a
bottom.
slave no more.
This is
But I'm
why.
not-
Because that's the difference between a free man and someone who thinks they're free.
That part.
You understand? A free person understands. In order to be free, you have to own the land.
You gotta
Your
own
people,
what I'm
your
saying-
people,
okay.
your people have to be in control of the land.
So if a person
If
who's
you're-
in the NBA or NFL owns land in another country,
This is what I'm
gay
saying.
ass
We don't have to
How's
get
it
to
not-
own, we don't have to get to owning land. If you are a professional basketball player, you're in a business that's predominantly black men,
correct?
okay, who are making the money
Right.
in every aspect of it. Why would you not seek to own that business? Because white men don't teach their kids to shoot jump shots.
So what
They
I'm
don't
saying
teach.
Is,
Hold on. They don't teach their children to run a 4-4 flat. You know why? They too busy teaching their kids how to run the company. So instead of us,
Word.
and this is the thing, we're blessed
talk.
because we're the chosen ones. So
Yes.
running a 4-4 flat is nothing. I know niggas in the hood could run that. That's not
100%.
impressive to me.
100%.
I know niggas 5'5" could dunk. It's nothing in our community.
Mm-hmm.
To them, it's something.
Right.
So we need to put their ass on the goddamn floor and make their ass blow their knees out. We good on that shit.
While we in the
So I hear
boardrooms
what you're
making
saying on that.
We
decisions.
good on
But
that.
my
And if you
thing-
niggas still out there thinking it's cool to train your kids up, you understand, to have that mentality of to be a worker, not an owner. Play basketball, buy a franchise, buy your own damn basketball team.
Okay.
Buy a company.
So I hear what you're saying. So my
Anything
my
less
point
is
is
weak.
my point is this. What you're saying is because an NBA player or NFL player is not creating its own league, they're still a slave. they have
We
a
are
slave
all
mentality.
slaves. No, what I'm
Right?
saying, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, we're all slaves here. And
Okay.
to think any
Okay,
different,
so that's different.
You're
Then. Hold on,
insane.
but that's different. That we're all slaves versus that these guys are just slaves and
That's-
we're not.
no.
So everyone's a slave.
I'm talking about black people. I'm talking about us.
Okay, that's different than saying just athletes are slaves
Right.
because they play a game and they're paid and they have owners and there's a
talking-
field and there's a field and there's a correlation.
No,
on
no, no.
that.
I
That's what I'm
wasn't. I
saying.
wasn't getting that deep.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is this.
Okay, so let me get to my point. My point is this: if we're looking at this, and say, well, you guys are slaves because you guys taking money from these owners. You guys don't own. You have no idea what 1,500 of these guys. You know the 4 or 5 big names guys what they're doing. We always talk about all these guys. They don't make any money or they blow it out. You know the 4 or 5 guys that have done that. You don't know about the
No,
80 to 90% of people what they're all doing.
Can I say something to that?
What that got to do with anything?
Aaron, put your headphones
Because we're
on.
saying that they're all
Put your
slaves. They
headphones
all has a
Can I-
mentality that they all do the same thing. They all don't.
But can I say something to that, brother? And you're right. We don't know, right, individually what they're all doing. But what we do know as a community, they ain't doing shit.
But that's not true.
No. As a community,
That's not
right?
true.
Hold on. That's your opinion. So I'm
It's
gonna,
all your-
I'm
so
gonna
then
give
you
you my.
can't say
I'm
it's
gonna
not
give you.
true.
I'm
It's
gonna
an
give you my
opinion.
opinion why I
Right.
think it is true, right? Because I still go back to my neighborhoods, right?
Uh-huh.
And I grew up with some cats who played in the league who made it from my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
My neighborhood still look the same,
Okay.
right?
Maybe
The
worse.
neighborhood, now
That's
I
true.
go to their house. The neighborhood they live in
Yeah.
don't look like
It's
they neighborhood they grew up
different,
in.
They didn't
So
go back
hold on,
and build
hold on,
up.
brother.
I hear
Hold
what
on,
you're
brother.
saying. I hear what you're saying.
Wow.
So
That's
what does
you're
that
saying.
tell me? We are the only people who are
Right.
taught to make money and move away from your people.
Instead of building them up.
We are the
Right, I get
only.
what you're
We're
saying
the only
there.
people who. Hold on, brother.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Go ahead.
That's a slave mentality. You can read about this. We have a slave mentality. So it's not a matter of making money. It's not a matter that you can go buy a Gucci. Nigga, if you make $1 million and go buy Gucci, you're a slave. You're giving the money back to the same people who put you in slavery.
100%.
So what I'm saying is, it's not the matter
I got
of
on Gucci
money.
shoes right now.
It's not a matter of any of
Yeah,
that.
you do.
It's not a
Gucci
matter
got
of you
him on his
buying.
feet.
But it's nothing wrong with liking nice things.
No, this is the 5th.
It's the
pair.
mentality that goes along with it. It's the fact that we don't have our own league.
Well, we do.
We don't.
The big 3 is our own.
We don't.
What's the big 3?
We don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying.
No,
I'm,
but
I'm
I'm
not
saying-
saying that. No. What I'm saying
But I'm
is.
saying, but that's my point is, we're now marginalizing the big 3. No, we don't. There's a black dude who owns his own
Okay, so what
own
I'm ta-
professional league.
Okay, we
Right?
dominate the sport, right? So we
100%.
should not have the smallest percentage of revenue in that sport.
So this is what I was trying to say about that. Is why do we not have to own a league? Why can I not create industries and businesses somewhere else?
Because we were just talking about basketball players. So if you
So my
if that's
point-
what you
so my
know,
point is, so if a basketball player uses his ability to shoot a basketball and leverages that to create businesses and industries elsewhere, how is he still a slave? Because he didn't create a league or didn't go back into the
These
NBA.
I think you're totally missing the point.
Thank you, Aaron.
Okay, it's not about taking your money and reinvesting it and creating additional streams of revenue and income for your family. That's not what it is. The argument is if 85, because these white motherfuckers that's in these boxes, they can't run, throw, or do jack shit, right?
Right,
And,
right,
and
true.
neither can
There's a couple of them.
Nah,
Okay.
and neither can majority
Shout out
of
to
these
Luka
coaches,
Doncic.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have a multi-billion-dollar league when we talk about football,
trillion worldwide,
right?
actually.
When you talk about and you talk about basketball,
Baseball,
but
soccer.
85% of the talent that is generating the revenue every single night is people of color,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
So essentially, the owners are the fucking middleman at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
And the first rule of business is cut out the fucking middleman. Go to the source. So if I have the talent and I'm bringing the people in and I'm bringing in the revenue, why the fuck am I sharing it with this
I'ma tell you
motherfucker?
why, Aaron.
Why is this motherfucker telling me how much I can
Okay,
do?
I'ma tell you- hold on,
No,
hold on.
She's
I'ma tell
addressing,
you
hold on,
why.
she's addressing me. Hold on. No,
You
no,
know
no,
why?
No, 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 wait a minute.
Because
Wait,
they have
she
a
said-
whole mentality.
No, see.
Hoes are the only ones who go out and work and get the money to the middleman.
That's
So,
Broken women.
who established this system?
White people.
So what makes you think they're gonna give it up?
You gotta take it.
No, no, time out. How are you gonna take
We
it?
gotta
That's
change
my
the
whole
narrative.
point. Listen
No,
to
no,
me,
no, no,
listen
time
to
out,
me.
time out, time
No,
out.
you
How
time
are you
out.
gonna take it?
It's
The
not-
same way they
listen,
took it. What you
we
mean?
are not
We're not in the situation to do that.
You're not listening.
I'm listening.
You're not.
He's listening.
I am,
Just
but
because
you're
he's
telling
not
me-
receptive, he's
Nobody
listening.
said-
I don't agree, so I'm not listening. I'm
Because-
how
He
do I
ain't
answer?
listening.
How do I answer? I'm not listening.
You're arguing the wrong point. Nobody said.
You're making the wrong point.
Well, if you shut the fuck up,
You
then
shut-
I can hear. That's what I'm
You're not
saying.
listening to me.
Okay, bet. But what I'm saying.
Okay, then.
All right. So what I'm saying is.
And this is why black people can't work
right,
together.
Nobody said.
Can we all
the
just
thing is
get
that
along?
Well, I want to hear this. Go
You're
ahead.
looking at it like, well, why do we have to take it? Nobody's asking for us to take the NFL.
You
Nobody-
just said
No,
that.
I
did.
said
That's
that.
My whole,
I said that.
That's my whole point. He
Right.
ain't listening to me. So.
Oh, it's to you. All right.
So nobody's saying take the NFL. Nobody's saying.
So what are you
take-
saying then?
Create your own.
Why?
Why take 30% of the
No,
pot?
no,
when
why do I
can-
need to create an NFL?
She was saying to cut out the middleman.
But I'm saying, why do I need to create the NFL? Why do I need to
So
create
you can-
another
so
system?
you
Why
can-
would I create another one to compete
Because
against
why
that
the
one?
fuck is
That's
about-
stupid
Well,
business.
why wouldn't you just?
That's stupid business.
Well,
I
that's
just
an
understand.
opinion.
It is.
It is stupid business.
That's an opinion.
You create,
Whatever. whatever. But
Okay,
I just don't
then whatever,
understand.
then that's
I
just
just
good.
don't
It's
understand
good.
if I'm
Okay.
the one that
We're
I'm
good.
the one that's
It's
bringing in the.
stupid.
I can speak, right?
You can say whatever you want.
All right. So
Why your
I'm
voice-
the-
why your
I'm not
voice
listening-
getting
I'm
high?
not listening anyway.
Yeah,
I'm
why,
not listening
why your
anyway.
voice getting high? Hold
Ain't
on.
stopped you ever before.
What I'm saying is, if I'm the one bringing in these billions of dollars every year,
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I going to take 7% of the pot when this motherfucker sitting up there is about to get 93% of the pot and he's not doing any
So
of
if you
the
create,
work?
Because
so hold on,
Aaron,
let me-
he's
no,
putting
let
up
me finish.
all
Let me-
because
let me-
he's.
let me answer. If you create an industry of your own, what percentage are you getting now?
We
It's
own
not
it.
7%.
Okay, but we own
Time
it.
out. Time out. It's not 7%.
You know when the
So
purse
how much
falls,
would it
things
be?
get heated.
2,
Why would- but why
1,
wouldn't it be?
3?
But
Because
just
you
do.
don't. You're now competing against it. Now that you're out of that 7% that you're getting,
We're-
you're not getting from
We're
this
talking
industry.
about a collective
my point
whole.
is.
We're
My
talking
point
about
is.
a collective, not
well,
just
see,
me
well,
and
see,
a
no.
collective
Point is-
whole,
See, I
please.
think-
Time out. Let me finish, man. Y'all keep jumping on me. Let me
Do
finish.
we?
Second thing.
Why you getting that?
This
Hold
is-
on.
Let me
But
finish,
hold on. Hey, everybody, hold.
everybody,
we can't-
everybody.
No,
It's a
I
heated
got this, Jay.
conversation.
Jay, I got this.
It's
I
a
got
heated
this.
conversation.
Okay,
Listen,
go ahead,
listen,
Aaron.
listen. We all got to talk,
Yeah.
okay? There's no need for anybody to get an attitude because we have different opinions.
Opinions,
Right.
yeah.
That's the
Right.
Yeah.
hold on, brother. Your voice keep getting hot,
Because y'all keep telling me I'm wrong.
but that's okay. It's okay for somebody to tell you wrong. It's okay. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's okay for me to tell Aaron I don't agree and she's wrong. She can tell me I'm wrong, and all we're gonna do is listen to one another speak. No one, we ain't got no move here to make no move. Ain't nobody finna get up from this table, nigga, and change the world. So let's, so everybody,
doing that.
let's
That's your opinion.
So
That's your
everybody,
opinion.
so
We're
everybody
about to do
calm their emotions down.
I just got a water business.
And everybody stop raising their shoulders and voices getting high, and let's just hear each other
Got the
out.
hair psychic.
Okay, what we're trying to do is help our people. So let's hear each other out.
So what I'm saying is, we're talking about creating a league to compete against these humongous establishments. Has that happened before and we were successful?
Can I answer this question? Are you asking a question, or you want to talk about
Yeah,
yourself?
I said ask the
So
question.
why are you looking in the air and throwing your hands, nigga?
Because I just said something again. You let me give me a chance to talk, and you interrupt.
You
me
asked the
again.
question.
Oh, he wasn't finished. He wasn't finished.
Oh my,
Okay, go ahead, say what you, no, go ahead, Nick.
this nigga,
Nick.
this nigga, man.
Hey, you
So
guys,
listen,
say it.
We're gonna take a break.
No, we're not taking a break.
Go ahead.
We got a phone call. We got a phone call. It. Burn, call your ass in here.
Let him
No,
go.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Seymour?
Now let him finish. He just wasn't finished.
No,
Nick.
no, let him go.
no, brother. Ask your question so the people can hear you clearly, because everybody's listening now.
Aaron, you gotta go.
Ask your question so we can get it nice and clear. Because I want to answer it.
Were you going to answer right now?
I want to answer your question. Ask your question.
Let me see. Were you
please.
going to answer it right now?
Ask your question.
Ask.
We want to give you the floor.
My point is, so we're saying create an industry to compete against this larger industry that already exists. So my question is, have we done that before and was successful?
Nick wanted to answer.
Okay.
Okay, that's another question that you asking. Okay,
That yes.
so you asked, are you talking about in this particular industry?
In
In
any
any industry? Yes, we have.
Okay.
Right,
The
we have.
example is-
I'm gonna speak of Black Wall Street, for example, where we
Yes.
have multiple businesses,
yes,
right?
that's exactly what I'm speaking of.
Right, and they came.
What
and-
happened to that?
They came and blew it up. So no. So we in agreement in this part,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
That's a different topic.
I-
It's
I-
not, though.
no, no.
I
I'm
agree
saying-
too.
I'm
Just
saying it's
hold-
not different. Because then I say that to finish this point, and then you can go. My
Yeah, but you
point is
can't
that-
tell me. Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm just going to let me finish. You hold on. I want to hear what you got to say, Nick.
Trust me, brother. Go ahead.
I want to hear you. What I'm saying is they blew it up. So my point is, we think we're going to create another industry that's going to compete with this, and it's going to be
So
successful?
we supposed to just
Yeah,
be
they're
running
supposed to blow it.
scared
No,
all these
I'm
centuries?
not.
But
No.
that's the whole reason
No,
you're saying.
I'm not
but I
saying
know,
that.
But you're saying they blew it up. So since they blew it up and they have incited fear and violence, then we shouldn't try again because when they did that shit 70 years ago.
I'm not saying
then
we
they-
shouldn't try again. I'm saying you should be smarter about it.
Oh, there you go. So
That's all I was trying
just
to
make
say.
sure we're smart about it.
That's okay.
All right, cool.
I hear
All
you,
right,
Aaron.
I think first of all, let me jump in because as being the guest host, I guess I'm the mediator too. You first of all, everybody's opinion in here is we
Don't matter.
we respect no.
Sorry.
We respect everyone's opinion. This is the reason why we're on a podcast because it gives us the ability to